turn this down. It's gonna distract me. I gotta charge this one. I'll do that. I gotta find the cable for it. I could do it right now.
That's striking.
You like the lights, Mom?
The lights are really pretty.
Hi, pretty girl. She says, leave me alone. I ain't out of room on the radar. Hi, Tuck. He said, hi, Mom. How's you doing, bud? Sleepy boy. Leave me alone, Mom. I just relax, Mom. Good boy, Tuck.
He's such a good boy. He's a good dog.
Good dog, Tuck. He said, Mom, I'm the best mom. Don't bother me, Mom. Alright, I got so many freaking cables. This is not the right one. I need it, though, for later, so I need this one.
You found it?
Yep. I need this one, and I need this. And I will charge my little bug zapper light.
And your what?
Bug zapper light.
Bug zapper?
Yeah, that's what this light is over here.
Bug zapper.
This right here,
Yes.
it's a bug zapper.
Oh.
Supposed to draw the bugs in, and then it zaps them.
Oh, really?
Mosquitoes,
Oh.
'cause they like me and I don't like them at all.
Not at all?
Nope. Oh, it's like I just threw it at the earth. Oh my God, I'm so clumsy. I walked up to the taco place today when I went and got tacos.
Yeah.
Communication is such a funny thing, man. I think I speak clearly and concise.
You do.
No. Not based on the results of things in life. I don't speak clearly enough nor concise enough. Because stuff always gets fucked up. Like, when I went to get tacos, I said, okay, and I was looking at the menu, I said, I always know what to get Mom. Mom likes the vegetable quesadillas. So I'd like to go ahead and order that now. And then I'll take a minute to decide what I want, right? So I pay for my tacos.
Yeah.
And it was like, I get 2 waters because there's a couple guys at home that I wanted to get a couple bottles of water for because they were redoing the chicken coop,
Oh.
right? And they didn't have no water out there. People don't drink water enough, and it's starting to get kind of warm after being winter and cold. So they're older than they were last year. Probably a couple pounds heavier, right? So I got 2 waters, 4 tacos, $24.
Whoa.
Taxes included.
Whoa.
And then I look in the bag. I said, oh, but wait, where's Mom's quesadilla? And they're like, oh, no, you just ordered. I was like, okay, whatever. Now I'm like turned off because I was going to do this big like review spread on my Facebook page, on this review page that they had. And then so I was just like, so I had to give them another $14 for a cheese quesadilla with some squash and zucchini on it. And I mean, it's good, but they raised the prices. Last time I was there, like a couple weeks ago, tacos were $4 a piece. I ain't paying $5 a piece for tacos, man. I'm not. That's just like nah. Anything above $4 a piece for street tacos, I don't care what the price of stuff is. Going to something else, I mean, I know everything has gone up and stuff like that, but people don't got it. Just because everybody else is doing stuff, it just takes. So I probably won't go back. Plenty other people will. Before I got home, somebody else did a review on the same taco joint. So I mean, they don't need my business. They get plenty of other people's. They don't need mine. But geez, that's just and $14 for a quesadilla. I mean, come on, it's two tortillas, some white cheese, and it's a mix of freaking like what kind of vegetable? I saw zucchini and zucchini squash and yellow squash
That's
in
a
there.
lot of squash.
That's not for $14. I mean, you get that for 35 cents at the store. Still, people don't buy vegetables. They're not that expensive. I didn't have no, just. So, what else happened today? It was actually a pretty eventful day. It was pretty, because I got up at like 5:30, and then we started our day, and then you slept in until about 8:39. Because our latest thing we're doing is you get you up at 6:30, you go to the bathroom, and then you go back to sleep for a couple hours. That's kind of nice. So, what else? They had at Earth Goods, the place down local here. You can buy all of your nursery needs and stuff like that. Your pots and soils and heck, they had an annual sale today, and they had a dude. Robert, he was down there selling his clones. I got 2 clones. One the marijuana plants, Mary Jane plants, cannabis. Because I'm trying to get to the point where I don't have to spend any money on it. And if I can just grow my own and make my cookies from the flour that I grow my own, it's all me, you know? Let her go, Ma. Ma, she's real hairy. I gotta brush her undercoat tomorrow. So, yeah, just let her go. Because she's gonna...
She was done like this.
She wanted to get down.
I know, but she was doing this and then she knows how to jump it.
And she's a good girl. She just took your chair. So, good girl. Get up there. Good girl. My little Pop-Tart. Good girl. Where was I? Overpriced tacos. $5 tacos for like... I can eat one in 2 bites. So that's $2.50 a bite I'm paying. Yeah, $5 tacos. I mean, it's crazy. Okay, what else did I do? So it started early. Went and did Earth Goods. I went and got 2 bags of soil because I like mixing this gold dirt stuff. I get this potting, so I like get these 2 kinds and I mix them together. And then I bought 2 clones, and then I replanted a couple today. I've already lost one because of the cold, but I'm more. I'll just bring them in at night. I don't care until I'll bring them in and out. That's how diligent I am. Is I'll bring them out. They'll be I got 2 places I can keep them. Even if they got kind of big, I would still take them in and out just because I don't want nobody to steal them, too. I'd be so pissed if I love these plants, grew these plants. There's like 6 different kinds, all the way to harvest, and some lazy dumbass that doesn't do nothing with his life just came and took them in the middle of the night. I would be mad. I'd have to move. I couldn't do it anymore. I'd be like, nope. I can't live in a place where I can't just live my life, and all I want to do is grow weed and make cookies and give people good night's sleep so they're a little less stressed the next day and they can handle situations in life with a little bit more ease and grace maybe than if they were wound up because they're didn't get a good night's sleep. I know how important sleep is, so. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. What else did I do today? I saw my friend Judy. Haven't seen her. She's been real sick. Yeah, she'd been real sick. Like, for 3 weeks, she got something and...
How old is she?
I don't know. I think she's 70s. I don't know. She's in her 70s, I think. But she took a lot out of her. She looked good today though, so she was out at Earth Goods selling her tomato. I bought 2 tomato plants today too. Oh, I guess I got picture of Earth Goods on my camera. I'm so sad. I would take a lot more pictures with this if it wasn't so fucking depressing. My old Mac is outdated. It's teched out. It's but it has the camera drive on it. So I can put my camera card in my laptop still. I can't put it in this laptop. Essentially, it's a Chromebook with an Apple iOS. It's a piece of shit. I hate it. But that's what they had, the models that were out at the time that I needed one. So, oh well. I got some pretty cool ones today, but I can't show them as much as I want to. That one I got the sun just right. It was like it was on fire. It's gorgeous. I mean, I would love to be able to like share the screen, but I can't transfer the data by putting my camera card on my mouse. And then the data files trickle in onto my hardware. That stuff don't exist, so I can't share my cool photos that I took. Like these look like the ends were on fire. I got a good eye. I've been taking pictures since I was fucking 14, 13, 14. The cherry blossoms down at the town square were out. It was a real pretty day. We got a picture of the Taos Inn. That was a nice little. I got all these cool shots I wish I could just share, but I just can't because technology is fucking retarded. Oh, here's some of the pictures. Look at all the clones there, dude. I mean, I know when I was a kid, I always dreamed about what it'd be like to be able to just buy freaking plants, you know, be able to free to do that, and so those are good things that come through. Hey Tuck, what do you need, bud? So it was a nice turnout. You need a drink? Oh, did somebody? Oh, I guess she covered her. Oh, I got a picture of me. I tried on a beaver felt hat today. It's beaver pelt hat. Like, you know who wore a beaver hat, Mom? No. Beaver felt hat. Longmire. That show you where his hat's beaver. It's real soft. I don't think I ever knew that I had. So what? He had all these hats laid out like on his car and on a table and everywhere. And I was looking around and I saw this hat and I just picked it up and I put it on. And then he started telling me the story about it. About how, like, who made it and stuff. And it's a $500 hat. And I said, well, how much do you want for it? And he kept talking and talking. I mean, total salesman. He was a chef for a number of years for, like, one of the best restaurants in San Diego. Come on, Tuck. Come on up here. Good boy, Tuck. You know, real cool. I mean, the guy and I, we could have talked forever. I just didn't want to hold him up because he had other customers and stuff, you know. Good boy, Tuck.
You can do it. Come on, boy.
Good boy, Tuck.
Good boy. Good boy.
Tuck, get out of his ear. I knew you were going to do that, you little monkey. Alright, so. And then he said he'd be willing to barter stuff. So here's a picture of me with the hat on. It's a cool ass hat. It's like a derby almost. But why I was drawn to it is because there's a cross sewn. It's like origin story. You know what I mean? Like how you pick up parts of your personality along the way in your life, you know, things that are significant, you know. Well, it has, you can't really tell. Let's see if I can. Do this. turn down that light. There, that's a better picture. You can see there's like, it's just a crisscross. It's not like a cross. See, and I don't believe in like the cross. I never understood why Jesus Christ would be like so hip and jive on people like, yay, wearing crosses and stuff like that. Because he died on, I mean, that's like, it's like a smack in the face, isn't it? Kinda, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, it's just, it's weird to me. Tucker, get out of his ear. I'm going to lose my mind. Get away from it. Go. Go. Go lay on your pillow. Good boy. Good dog. Good dog. Good dog. Go on. Yep. Go over there. Go. Ma, you're fired. As far as keeping Tucker out of Benny's earball, you didn't do it. Alright, so what else happened today? Oh, the hat, that was cool. So I asked him if he liked cookies. I called him, and he actually does a gig out here in Succo, Arroyo Succo. They have a thing. And then I saw a lady that stopped me from the Talpa Farmers Market from last year when I'd go walk through there, right? And she had a lot more stuff this year, and she's actually going to be at another place here that's closer. It's kind of funny how that works. That's closer to where we are, because I was in town, so that was a nice little jaunt. I like to take the back roads usually. I'll fill up the water jug. It's no big deal. Every day is a Sunday drive for me, you know. Don't matter what day of the week it is. So we had a nice conversation, quick and stuff, and later I got a message from Judy, and she was like, "Marge, you look so good." I'm like, yeah, that's what you do when you freaking, you know, you don't just loaf around all winter, you know. When you freaking, God gives us everything we need to take care of ourselves all year round, and people still all opt out. They opt out. So I just watched a video which kind of goes in line with what I wanted to talk about tonight, by a guy. I didn't even know who the guy was. I saw the video on a YouTube channel that I like. The lady is like a body language whisperer. So she narrates how, like, what I think when I'm watching people and their body language and their, you know, you can tell if the people are lying and stuff like that, you know. So she watched this excerpt, because I don't care about mainstream media and stuff. I care about it because it gives me an idea of where the collective conscious, like, where people's mindsets are, you know? Yeah. And then, like, I hear the astrology, and then I hear stories, and I'm like, okay, that adds up, you know, this verifies this, and this verifies that, so, okay, let's see if we're going to get more of it. People always have free will. They always have that choice. You can say that thing or not say that thing. And I know I burned a lot of bridges from, like, I got this little voice in my head that sometimes it's like, Marge, you care about this person, right? Don't say this thing. Don't say the thing, right? What happens is I get so caught up in my emotions, and I know what happens every time, that I am so mad in that instant that I'm like, you know what? I don't even care I do care about this person. I don't care if what I say is gonna they never want to see me, talk to me ever again, because that's how hurt I am right now, is that I don't care. Right? And then I say that thing, and then, all right, Marge is crazy, or, you know, whatever. And it's not even, like, terrible shit, you know? Girls that pass themselves around like the freaking seventh tradition basket, I call them penis pockets. What's so terrible about that? I think it's funny. A lot of other people think it's funny. Slutty girls don't think penis pocket is a very appealing term of endearment. Well, don't put yourself out there so much. Have some self-respect. Why should I have more self-respect for somebody than they have for themselves? Nobody ever cared more about me just because I was alive on the planet. I mean, come on. Folks need to learn how to self-soothe, man. We're going to see more people dissolving in a psychological way. So this dude is, I guess he's a comedian. I don't know. I looked him up. I ain't never seen him before. And I used to be in the comedian scene. I used to be aware. I lived in Omaha. I took a weekend trip down to Orlando to see Joe Coy and Chelsea Handler and met her, and she gave me a book, and she gave a lot of people a book, and I mean, I did all that stuff. It went because I was heavily immersed in the 3D realm, and so but I still don't know who this guy is, and this woman is pregnant, 8 months pregnant, his wife, right, 8 months pregnant with twins. So they probably did they probably used cause I mean she wasn't no spring chicken. I don't think she was old, but I mean they probably used fertility drugs because everybody uses. People natural ain't natural no more, right? So she's just trying to get the keys and leave, and he's talking the way he's talking to her mom. I swear, I'm I could have been, I'm dude, that's how my brother has talked to me my whole life. Right? I'm just people talk to me. I mean, I've worked with people that have talked to, right? And see, what happened was slowly and surely I started not allowing people to disrespect me anymore. At all. Well, I'll let them, right? I'll leave them to disrespect me, and I'll just know that that's how they will treat me, and then I just won't deal with them no more. They're dead to me. They're one less person on my planet. The population on my planet is 12. I don't know what all these people are talking about. 8 million people on the planet, 7 million people. That's all horse crap. To me, there's 12 people. Everybody else, they're these little animated artificial AI because they don't have any original thoughts themselves. There's just little parrot puppets just doing what they're told, working hard and heartedly working. That's all that they're just all white noise in the background. That are just, little instruments to create divine timing more. And to aid in divine timing is all, right? So, anyway. Yeah, and the way he was I mean, growing up and being I was 18 when I came out and everybody knew and nobody cared. And that was except for mom. And I got I don't understand you, but you're my daughter, and I'll ever always love. That's the version I got. And then she took my $3,000 freaking cash payout for my car accident, and then went on vacation for a week, and then came back, and I wasn't allowed to live there no more. So that I was 18 years old when I happened that. When I was couch surfing, I've been on my I don't really know of a time that I wasn't ever really not on my own. I mean, even the first 3 days of me on the planet, I just chilled in the nursery by myself because they did so much damage to mom in my C-section that mom was recovering from her mutilation, her freaking partial hysterectomy. They freaking cut her uterus in half and took one ovary out, and they really did a number on her. So I don't know. Maybe that's why. Well, I used to like nurses. I like nurses. It's just so contingent, man. It's such you get. It's so hard to say. I like that because there's been so many negative experience. Like if I've had more negative experiences with the group, I can't be like yay group. I just can't. That's why I'll never be like yay police. Because I've had way more negative experiences where, like, dude, they didn't have to treat me the way they did. They didn't have to be the way they were. Just being cocksuck dick holes. That's all that they fucking were. Just eat, and you can't, and that's why I always thought it was so stupid because, like, I would love to talk trash and shit like that, but you can't because they wear this stupid little medal that says we can do whatever we want and we can treat you how, and a lot of them fucking are just pieces of shit. Yeah, there's good ones. There's good things in every group. Unfortunately, I don't know why the good ones feel so compelled to let the bad ones run so rampant, but hey, that's for another story. But anyway, so the way this guy was talking to so, like, I grew up, I didn't think that, I could ever get married and stuff like that. Like, relationships were always really important to me. Like, I just wanted that special gal, and, and I bring her a cup of coffee every morning to wait when she woke up, and I make it just how she liked, and, and I do whatever I can just to show her that how much, even if she wasn't going to stay with me forever and ever or anything, that I at least I'd like to leave them knowing that find someone that can at least treat you as good as I did, even if I had made mistakes in every other ways, but find someone that cherished you like I did, because I don't do stuff like that for people I don't cherish and adore. So at least I hope I leave somebody, like, maybe setting the bar a little higher or something. I don't know. I don't do relationships. I'm not good at them. Last time, it's 10 years this November is the last time I got dumped. I think it was, yeah, worked. Yeah, I think, yeah, so anyway, I try sometimes, and every time I try and it just foibles, I just realize that's like, no, I don't. I'm just gonna stick to growing my tomato plants and stuff like that, and taking care of mom and the dogs, and not worry about anything like that. People are so worried about stuff like that. They get so caught, and I used to too. I used to get so caught up in it. So it just is really disheartening to see. I see people all the time, someone that, how badly people that say they love each other treat each other. Like, there's so much abuse on this planet, man, and all over the place. It's just everywhere. Like, there's so much toxicity. This guy's, like, berating his freaking wife who's carrying his twin babies, and she's 8 months pregnant and stuff. And it's just like, dude, and what the thing of it is that, like, he's probably, okay, this is gonna be like, this is how I see things. I talk about things that people think, and I've always really been interested in psychology and why people work. Now men usually stop performing because, like, sexually, like, their body stops functioning, like they can't get erection, based on what they're saying in their heads. Okay, right? But it's because it's just a head experience. The person is there for sensation, but sexual engagements are based on the experience that what you're saying in your head. I mean, how many women have you heard have I heard in history where they've had to fake it? fake being done just because, just to lie about. I mean, it's just all. So, when I was listening to the man speak and berating his wife, is that I bet he's an aggressive, violent guy. Like, if he's acts like that, like he's probably not much fun in the bed. Well, I'm guessing he probably drinks too much, too. He probably had been drinking too much at the time that the video was capturing the conversation where he was berating his wife, and 8 months pregnant and she's not doing her wifey duties, ma. The guy's a fucking grown ass man, can do fucking shit himself. And if he's got so much money, why do they only have one car anyway? You know? So I'm sure it's escalated at some point, but she's a tall woman, so I'm sure she can handle herself. But man, there's just so much of that on the planet. And I've seen it my whole life, so it's nothing new to me. It's just, I think it's becoming, it's gonna seem like it's more because it's gonna happen to more people. Like a lot of people are gonna have those experiences where they're like, oh, I never thought it could happen to me, you know? It's collective shared consciousness, man. Everything happens to everybody, and if it doesn't happen to you directly, if you put yourselves in that shoes, if somebody else's shoes where something awful like that happened, maybe, more people would meet people with compassion instead of hostility, anger, fear, resentment, all that stuff, So I called today's talk, touching with angry hands. This is something that I've had. Mom's been trying to instill in me. Mom has instilled this in me from the formative years when I was a young girl. Emotional control. If you do not learn to control your emotions, you'll end up in an institution where they will control it for you, like a nut house, a jail, where there's groups that designate where you get to go and when you get to go there and how long you get to be there, and you don't get to have any choices in your life. So now, I was young because I'm autistic, so I was a tantrum thrower. Because I had so much juice in me that I just had to release it, right? But what I learned from a very young age is I can't touch things when I get angry. I can't touch things when I have angry hands, because when I touch things, shit breaks. Not even because, I've broken things where I remember, I've thrown I felt so bad for that tree. I apologized to the tree because I freaking threw a can of soup because I got so mad I didn't know what to do with it. And the freaking can of soup kind of crushed in. Incidentally, I went to one store the other day, over $5 for a can of Progresso. I went to another store today, looked at the Progresso, and it was like $2.95. So it's just the other store that's obnoxiously overpriced. But they do have stuff so it's like, now I gotta go to two separate. Anyway, I digress. So, they got we'll listen to some Armin van Buuren. I like this song. What was I talking about? Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Stacy. I don't know if you asked about that, or when Mom and I talk about this with Mom. Like, Mom, when you go to heaven, what do you want to do to tell me that you're still with me from time to time? right? Like, how do you want to represent yourself? You know what I mean? Nose tickle. And my nose just tickled. That's what we landed on. Not that. That's what Carol Burnett did with her aunt, because her aunt reminded her, so she tugged on her ear at the end of her show. No, for you, you come visit me and you just affirmed it, because my nose tickled. My nose doesn't tickle very often. So don't you go nowhere yet, lady. The bridge is open. The John Dunn Bridge is open. So I drove up there the other day. They still had it blocked off. So I'll go down. I'll go down during the week. It'll probably be just as busy. But anyway, Stacy, I hope you still feel your dad, 'cause they never leave us, you know. And he is like, you know, I think when you look at pictures of, that's why I think pictures are so freaking important, because they capture you in time, where you were, what you smell, like everything about a look at all my photo albums back there. I captured a lot of shit in time, and now I got it's all digital now, but you know, I mean, and they're time machines too, right? So I already know that my dad's still alive. He's 70. He just turned 75 March 25th. He and Sandy Barnes had the same birthday, and Sandy Barnes died a couple years ago. Yeah. But he takes care of himself, and she was diabetic and didn't eat right, and all. So it's like different, you know what I mean? It's like, this is what happens when you do this. And yeah, there's circumstances where it's different, but anyway, energy never dies, man. I mean, I don't know. When I go, I think there's gonna be a freaking meteor shower. It'll be like at that time, and I'm gonna go out on a tail of a star. Yeah. It'll be cool. Yeah. So, touching things out of anger. I've had to learn. I've had to learn a lot of lessons, because I broke stuff that where I learned. You know, like breaking relationships out of angry words. You know, there's a lot of people that I love that never want to talk to me again. They never want to see me again, you know? And that's all right. Because there's people that have been so hurtful and mean to me that, you know, if I see them again, that's fine. But if I don't, I'm okay with that too, you know? Some people are just better off over there, right? Just bless and release. Just forgive them. Keep them over there. You know, and I understand the significance of healing relationships as best you can. Sometimes you just can't. Sometimes it's the people are just so dirty, so toxic, that it's just like, you know what? I gotta protect myself by not breaking my heart every time I set myself up to think that things are going to be different with this human being, because they don't do nothing to act any different. They always act the same. So why would I think the outcome with them is going to be any different? So that's where I'm at with my brother. He got me though. He got me all the times he had to deal with me in my drinking days and stuff like that, right? He got me. It was your birthday, and you went to bed, and we had a conversation, and I was like, wow. You know, maybe the planets are lining up. You know, like our relationship could be starting to turn in a positive direction, right? Right? And then it didn't take long for me to notice that his behavior before that conversation and after, it wasn't no different. It was still me sitting, it was still one-sided. And then it didn't take me long to figure out, oh boy, I was drinking. He was having a couple glasses of scotch, probably feeling good, you know. Had the I love you mans, you know. He had that spirit in him, but it wasn't his own. And he had me, and he tricked me, and I fell for it, and I won't do it again. Cause next time I'm gonna ask him if he's had anything to drink or if he's drinking, cause it's not fair. Cause I'm not, so we're not in the same place. So we might as well not even have a conversation, unless he wants me to go up and get a bottle and give me about an hour to catch up. Then he's got to be willing to listen to what I have to say. Then, huh? Yeah. Yeah. So, people and their words, man. Mine too. That's how I learn. That's how I learn. That's how I've learned. And I see people, and people just, I don't know, they just, the way that I have heard people talk to the people that they love, it's just like, why do you even hang out with them? Because you obviously hate them. Why would you even, just let them go? And that's the thing, is like, it's because they know that this person won't leave, that they can just bully him, that they can just berate him, that they can just abuse them and take all their hurts out on them, and they're not going to go anywhere. It's hard to watch. So it's taken a long time for me to learn how that lesson, not touching things. And what we're seeing now, it takes such little force to cause harm to the human body, to break a bone, especially now, because like they take protein out of everything. Nobody's eating protein, so the human race is just like kind of shriveling up, or on one scale, and then on the other they're off the scales. And then you have like the people that are trying to make the world a better place by starting with themselves. There's all these little pockets of reality that are transpiring. And I think what's going to happen is something's going to happen to the planet, and it's just basically it's going to knock everybody back into the, oh God, just care about each other again, whether it's an asteroid and freaking, it probably won't last very long, but usually some stuff like that has a way of bringing people together collectively. They can't just do it by themselves with the free will that God gives them. They can't just like be cool and be decent. They just gotta be freaking. You should have seen the good look on the guy's face today when I went up to give him the water. It was funny. I did find out that it's the neighbor's dad. So he came up all the way, from Penasco and to help fortify the chicken coop. So that's cool to see that, that's what family does. Anyway, they got it all taken care of. Chickens shouldn't be able to get out. So my chicken catching days are over. Unless it's a windy day and they catch a breeze. But they let me catch them I'm not afraid of chickens anymore. So that was a positive thing that came out of it. Hey Stanley, what's up? It's starting to get warm here. It's starting to get warm. It's going to be in the 70s, upper 60s all week. But it's nice here, huh, Ma? I did get bit by a mosquito today. I'm gonna have to get me some pet friendly bug spray. I gotta use that other body wash too. It does work. The eucalyptus and lavender body wash, I can verify that that has warded off mosquitoes for me, and I am I am I'm a mosquito coward. Howdy pants. Howdy pants. They suck. I don't. They eat. They are me and them. No. So. There we go. The other one just went out. What else about touching with it? If have other people notice it too. It's not just me. It's like anger is a vibration. It has to be released. And I believe when it's not released, like if you don't like I think about it all the time. For years I've imagined what the world would be like if they had like angry stations. Probably it'd probably be easiest to have them in close proximity to rest stops. And like just like be able to go into a room, grab a plate, and throw it against the wall. Because the kids in the back seat will not stop freaking just they will not stop. Whatever tension is going on. Driving in California, driving in this state, driving in that state, People are just very aggressive these days. To just be able to just go and just like, or play whack-a-mole or something. Just like do something to shift your energy, and then maybe there'd be less road rage. It's worth a shot. Why not? They have way dumber ideas. City planners. I was listening to Robert Phoenix yesterday. He's like, city planners are social engineers. I'm like, they are, but they're just... God, man, they're dumbing down society, man. Their C- CAD projects and their freaking million dollar budgets. That's what I was telling the dude that I got the clones from. I said, because we're right where we were. They just put this like, I don't know, probably $1 million car wash across the gully. And I'm looking at it as I'm talking to the guy. I said, isn't it funny how quick they put that up, but they can't freaking put up some apartment complexes for some homeless kids and stuff in the community? And stuff, you know what I mean? I mean, there's so many different, like there are responsible adults that would be willing to freaking, like, look after youth. And the youth would be willing to learn how to, like, like in an apartment complex environment. And then they can learn skills while living there that'll benefit them out in the world. Like auto maintenance, young people are not learning viable skills. Less and less people are learning how to do practical things. One day it's going to get to the point that it's like, what happens to all these people that are, taking these roles for 20, 30, 40 years? And I saw a teacher in Nebraska, she's retiring after 50 years. You know what I mean? It's like when they're done, there are less people to fill these positions, because everybody wants it. It's just how it is right now. It's like we're in a lazy phase in life where people want so much more for nothing, without having to work for it. There's all these, trust fund freaking inherited, this nepotism, all this. There's like, who does the work? And so, like, the people that are in the infrastructure of support are feeling overtaxed and overwhelmed, and a lot of them aren't. They're not meditating, exercising, doing things to make themselves feel better. A lot of them are soothing in less than healthy ways, collecting karma. It's just gonna get weird for a while. That's all. Anyway. You done, Luna? She's like, yep. All right. That's about all I got for now. Hope you have a rad day.